like that instance, it wasn't received well, and she just never answered me and started posting these stupid memories and shit, trying to get to me. And I was like, yeah, I guess she's not gonna let it go, so like I'm gonna go. I guess talking about that made me realize, yeah, it was probably the best decision, because like how somebody holds you in your triggers is, you know, if somebody can see through your trigger, that's helpful. Like you're trying to maneuver through it and they see that you're trying to maneuver through it, that's very helpful. So like this made me realize, no, I was right in cutting those people off. They weren't, because sometimes I'll be like, should I have? Was it because of my triggers? But like we all have shit like that. We're not perfect. So yeah, like I would think I could hold somebody in their triggers. Like I understand. I'm an understanding person. I mean, I try to be. I do my best. Like I do my best not to judge people. If I'm in a very judgmental mood, I don't obviously say it out loud, but I do I correct myself, and I'll just be like, no, that's not nice. And then I'd be like, no, don't project it to them. Just, it's my own problem right now. Like, I'll be frustrated, that's fine. I'm frustrated with my lack of support and lack of friendships in my actual physical life, instead of, yeah, I have them online or whatever, but like I also am afraid to like reach out and bother them, because it feels like begging type thing. It's like, even though I'm sure they like hearing from me, I'm sure my friends do, but like I just feel like I'm annoying. I feel like if they don't reach out to me very often, then that means they don't want to hear from me anyway, so I'll just not. Because if they reached out to me with enthusiasm, I don't know, maybe they feel like that's how I view them. I'm trying to work through it. I really am. Because I've been in hermit mode for so long. Yeah. But yeah, I just remembered another thing I was gonna say. But yeah, me and that friend, I just realized how amazing she is. Like, I mean, I already knew, right? But like, that she's just so much more amazing to me. Because she held me in love during my trigger. She didn't. And if she would have got triggered, it's okay. I mean, I would have understood, but like, now that I know what this is like and what healthy relationships, friendship is like, and that it's possible. Because when you're raised on survival, it's like, you gotta know what love feels like. And then when you experience it, it can trigger you more and scare you more, and you'll be like, oh my god, what the fuck, what, oh my god. Like, that's what was kind of happening too. I was like, started to freak out again. Like, what do I do? I'm not used to being told I'm amazing and that they're proud of me. I'm not used to that. Like, what? I mean, I am, like, people do that. Okay, but like, during something like this, after a trigger, after like what could have ended, what usually ends my friendships, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm kind of like Chandler in Friends, where like, he's used to like, whenever in his relationships, whenever with the first fight or whatever, that ends the relationship. So like when he was with Monica, it's like he thought that was gonna happen, and he's like, wait, what? And so like I'm like that, wait, what? It's crazy. Shit be crazy. Healing's crazy. And I want to touch on something like forgiveness. Forgiveness, it seems like people like push forgiveness as a way of like, okay, you forgive the person and you absolve them of all the things and you don't hold it against them anymore, and then like, and you don't deal with the feeling. I don't know, like people just make it seem like forgiveness is that, like, oh, you just let them off the hook completely and it doesn't bother you anymore, blah blah. No, really, forgiveness is you forgive that they did that, because they did whatever, and you let it go for you. But it doesn't mean it was okay that what they did. It doesn't mean the damage didn't happen. So like, you can forgive somebody, at the same time process and heal from the trauma and admit that they got you fucked up. But you're just letting that go for you. So forgiveness is basically healing from your trauma. Basically, you're healing the trauma. So that's what people should reframe it as. Or something, I don't know. Forgiveness is just kind of tainted in the way that people have talked about it. But of course, forgiveness can be, I'm really be like, hey, I'm pissed at this person, I have to hate them for a while. Yeah, you have to hate somebody for a while for what they did to you, that's fine. Like, that's part of healing. I had to do it. I've been there, and then you get to a point in your healing where you're like, hate is too great a burden to bear, I'm just gonna love. I let it go, that's fine. Yeah, the trauma happened. Yeah, I will talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna still process it when it comes up. No, I'm not gonna be close, or like, I'm gonna cut the people off. I'm not gonna let them back in. Except for my kids' dads. I'm still in contact with them because I have to be for them. And I don't let that trauma shit get in the way, and luckily they don't either. They don't try any dumb shit. I know that's not the case for everybody. And I know forgiveness and healing and moving on is harder. I'm not saying, in those cases, I don't know what to do. Like, what I did when it was hard for me and my youngest daughter's dad, when he kept fucking doing his regular toxic shit, smear campaigns and shit, and every time I would speak up on it with a post, he did not like that. He got mad. So I had to go no contact for a year, and I couldn't talk to my daughter for a year. So that's what I had to do. I don't know what can work for you. That's your own personal, like, it just, you gotta do what you gotta do. What's best for you when it comes to your trauma and your healing and your abusers or whatever. If you can, cut the motherfuckers completely off. Like, if I could, I would never talk to the dads again. Like, and my son's dad and I are civil, pretty civil. We did have a thing recently where I think I talked about this, but we got it. We were fine now. Like, we never, like, in the beginning when we first broke up, yeah, we had this conflict, you know, because that's normal, but I like to think that that's somewhat normal, and I don't know. Except for me and my roommate, we don't have that conflict, really. Like, it was just like something that was probably supposed to happen. We were probably supposed to just be as we are now, but at the same time, we did need to be the way we were. Like, because otherwise it wouldn't have happened. Because there are relationships that I wish would have happened for me in the past because they would have been so good to me, but it wasn't supposed to happen because maybe because of my trauma, I would have given them more trauma or whatever. It just, and also soul contracts. It wasn't in a soul contract. So it's like, yeah. Honestly, me and my roommate are more like a queer platonic friendship relationship, where it's not romantic, but it's not just a friendship. It's more like it's hard to explain that. It's a whole different type of its own, but it doesn't mean I'm not single. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those forever friendships where you take care of each other forever type thing. But it's really whatever you want it to be. That's what queer platonic is. It's like whatever type of boundaries and things. It could be even fully romantic. I mean, but ours isn't. So it's just more like we take care of each other type thing. So I think that this is the last video, and so yeah, that's all I got for now, even though it's a lot of videos. But hey, that's who I am. I talk